Hey guys, back at it. This is day 151 in my 1 year daily diary challenge to myself. I had started this out of a 100-day challenge, and that came to me through a meditation session. I just felt really prompted to start recording daily diaries and posting them to a large platform, and this is where I decided to land. I found some what were my roadblocks to get me here, but in reality, I was just resisting. So here I am, 151 days in, and it's been such an amazing experience and journey so far. I'm excited to see what happens through the rest of the days, all the way until July 4th of 2025, where I will hit my 1 year mark of starting this journey. So I am so excited that you're here with me and listening in and supporting me in that way. If you want to support me in some other ways, you can just leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. You can hit the notification button to be up to date on when I drop my latest daily diaries. So let's get into it. Day 151, and today is Thanksgiving where I am at. We had, everybody's all over the place. My sister's in California, the other sister's in Virginia. My grandma and I are here in North Carolina. My mom and her husband are down in Florida, and my kids are with their dad in New York. So everybody's kind of spread out family-wise. And my grandma and I had decided to do our own Thanksgiving at her house. But then I had started to go to a spiritual center, and they were having a Thanksgiving celebration and service on Thanksgiving. So I decided to invite my grandma, and she was super excited. And so I was like, we don't have to do anything except show up and bring our dishes and enjoy the day. But before we get there, I got up and I relaxed a little bit in the morning. I really took this day to focus a lot on my personal gratitudes, which I do quite frequently anyway, but it was just more of that. So gratitude journal, doing that. I think instead of 5 minutes, I just spent a good 20 minutes in bed before I got up and touched the phone really and started scrolling to listen to some of that relaxing music, kind of focusing on just cleansing energies and bringing in love and peace and abundance. And while I was doing that, it's been really awesome that I've been noticing the ease of getting my mind clearer. Not clear as in blank, but clear as in not busy. So there's not a million different thoughts that are running through my head. If I do happen to have a thought, it comes in rather slowly, and I'm able to hold space for that thought and let it go on its own. So the way that I'm entering into these morning meditations and gratitudes is just really, really cool. It's a lot different than I had been doing before. So that's really exciting. So I spent about 20 minutes doing that, laying on my grounding mat, just focusing on different areas of my body where I'm holding tension, different areas of my body that are maybe a little achy, and just bringing peace, bringing healing to my body, making sure that I was grateful for all of my abundance, for all of my family, for all of my healing, and for every single part of me and who I am in this moment. A lot of things that I've been seeing content-wise has just been acceptance of yourself and acceptance of yourself in whatever form that is. So all of your little quirks, your weirdness, your talents, your strengths, your weaknesses, just every single aspect of you that makes you you. But then also with that gratitude and appreciation of who you are in the moment, it's that who did you start out as? Who were you as a child? Who were you when you were younger before you were influenced or changed or programmed, all those different things, like tapping more into that aspect of you. And I feel like that's been, I'm not like laser focused in on it, but I am focused on it. So that's been really cool to just tap into my subconscious and kind of go back in time and see, or maybe go back in space and see who I was when I was little and the different parts of me that made me joyful then, and how I got so far from those. So that's been something I've been focusing on too. So once I did my 20 minutes, I got up, I did my vibration therapy, I did my sauna, I got in the shower, got dressed for the day, changed my outfit like 3 times. My grandma was on her way over, and I had my hydrogen water. I'm doing my face washing routine. Like, I'm just slowly getting into these different routines for things, and I'm feeling really good about myself and where I'm at right now. I am feeling really happy with who I am and really happy the way that I'm just moving through life and living it to its fullest every day. Every day I wake up, I get to decide who I want to be, how I want to show up, and what I want to get into. And I definitely know that this time without the kids has been a good time for introspection, for focusing on myself, for focusing on how to build myself up and strengthen me at my core, so when they come back, then I have a solid foundation to care for them and love them and support them, because you can't pour from an empty cup. If a cup has cracks in it, or, all those things. So I have been focusing on myself and getting myself in the right place so that I can be there and support them. So my grandma came over. We hung out at the house for a little bit. For some reason, my espresso machine stopped. The water stopped coming out of the group head, so I decided to do a descaling, and I'm doing the descaling kind of intermittently through like my grandma being here and then us going to Thanksgiving dinner with everybody. The water here is really bad, so I tried to use filtered water and water supplements to put in it to change the pH and whatnot. So it's just, I have to keep up with descaling it just because of the hardness of the water. So we will check back and see after dinner. So my grandma and I went to dinner. It was at a little clubhouse at somebody's complex, and it was all set up really wonderfully. They did have stairs, which I was unaware of. How many stairs they had to get to the place where they were having the service. So my grandmother just stayed in a different spot so she could hear the service. And it was a really lovely service about gratitude, and kind of like on the same line of what I was saying. Gratitude should be all year, not just one day. Kind of bringing it into the other aspects of our life. It was just a very warm and amazing time. There's a lot of good food and a lot of good conversation. I was really surprised and excited to see my therapist and his wife's mother show up at the Thanksgiving dinner, and then realize and hear from him that they had started going to this church or this community about a month ago, which is about the same time as I started going. And so it was really great to connect and see them and now have them. And like, we're still in this community together in this circle. So that was really, really cool and exciting. And I am starting to get to know everybody a little bit better and just make more friends. And it's just a really nice group of people. And it was such a lovely time. It was heavily raining earlier. And I've told you guys before, but I love the rain. I love how cleansing it is. I love how just... when I think of it raining, I definitely 90% of the time want to go outside and just stand in the rain and just let it wash all over me. And I can remember talking about like going back to when you were a kid. I can remember being a kid and getting my swimsuit on and getting soap and body wash or something, some kind of soap, and going outside and in my bathing suit in the rain, just washing like it was a shower. And that yes, rain is very, very satisfying and cleansing. And for me, it triggers that just purification and release. I think that was the word I was looking for, because there was one time when I went to an outdoor dance event and it was dark and everybody was dancing, and then it started to rain in the middle of dancing. And I looked at the person I was dancing with and they looked at me and we just smiled and we just kept going. And it was the most amazing experience to dance in the rain and everybody dancing in the rain. And it's pure bliss, just happiness and joy and release, and nobody cared. It was just amazing, an amazing, amazing thing. So yes, I love the rain. Anyway, so it was raining, and then once the service was over, it had stopped and the sun came out. It was absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, crisp air. So just perfect, beautiful day. And everybody was enjoying the weather, enjoying the company, enjoying the food. We did have to wrap it up early because my grandma had to drive herself home, and she has to drive during the daytime. So, I said goodbye to everybody, got her back here. She got in the car and went home. She made it in time. And I was just here at the house, kind of relaxing, watching more of my Dharma and Greg show, which I've been enjoying a lot too. I have been, continually working on the machine, kind of putting blessings over it just to see if whatever's in there stuck would just release and the water would start flowing the way it's supposed to. Worst case scenario, I have to call somebody to come in and to look at it for me, because it could be something deeper that I'm not aware of. I only know what I know, and I am not a technical repair person for these machines. I do know somewhat, but not a lot. So we will just maybe it's maybe like the universe and I, my spirit guides and I, we will continue to work on the machine and see what's going on. But that's kind of how my evening went. I checked in with the kids and made sure they were cool, said goodnight to them. I've been really trying to not be overboard with communication, just because they're with family that they haven't seen in a long time. So respect the space, respect, what they're doing, but then also just let them know I'm here and I'm thinking of them, and normal good night, good morning kind of things. So that was about it. I kind of wrapped it up a little early. 10:30 is my bedtime, and I do love to go to bed on time. I am thinking, because I've started to listen to some other things that have come across my feed and whatnot, is eating with the sun. So you eat your heaviest meal when the sun is at its highest point, which is roughly around like noontime. If you're going to eat in the morning, eat light. If you're going to eat in the evening, eat light, and then eat before the sun goes down. And after the sun goes down, then that's your time for fasting. So I'm definitely interested in following the pattern of the sun and following the patterns of the seasons. So we will see how that goes. I am also planning tomorrow. I'm going to a Friendsgiving, and that's going to be a lot of fun too, with a new friend group, the singles groups. And after that, I think I'm going to fast. I'm pretty sure I am leaning into this. Kids are not here. I don't need to necessarily eat all the time. There is a good time for fasting when I'm not having to prepare meals for other people. So I can definitely Saturday, Sunday into Monday do a 3-day water fast and do some more focusing, meditating, just that introspection of like looking at myself, looking at things that need to change and move, but giving myself the freedom not to eat, taking that off of my plate, so to speak, allows me more space and energy to focus on the things that I need to focus on. So that's coming up too. But I think that's it. That was the day. It was like I said, not a lot of stuff going on really, but a lot of stuff going on at the same time, and a lot of reflection, a lot of gratitude. Thanksgiving definitely opens that up for people who don't necessarily do that. So collectively, the day of Thanksgiving, we all get a boost in our energy fields, in our gratitude centers. And it's just collectively, everybody gets lifted up and shifted into a higher vibration. And so that's exciting. It's just keeping that going. Don't lose track, and don't just go back to what you had been doing. Continue that gratitude. Continue every morning, every night. Continue in the car. Continue like anywhere you are is a perfect time for gratitude. So I will get this wrapped up because we are going a little longer. Like I said, I like to try to keep this under 10 minutes, but I definitely go over way too many times, and that is fine. And I have grace with myself, and it is what it is, and it is what it has to be. And I thank you guys for being here, for listening in, for supporting me and sharing in this journey I am on. I appreciate all of your comments, and I appreciate everybody who likes and subscribes. I appreciate you if you don't. So thank you for being here, for sharing this space. And I am so, so grateful for every one of you. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a fabulous day. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.